We've been honored with Governor Malloy. He has taken the time out of his busy schedule to come and pay tribute to Mark. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Governor of Connecticut.
The honor is all mine. It's great to be with you, Tyler. Thank you for not only your service to our nation, but taking on this particular cause and working it and standing, with our veterans and making sure that they're taken care of. And so you're a special guy.
Thanks.
And I think everybody who has met you or knows you, not just your family, but everybody else who's met you has an appreciation for it. I want to thank the host. I said I came down to Greenwich so I could understand what affordable housing looks like. I appreciate the. Actually, I got a bit of a tour of the kitchen and enjoyed that very much. And thank you very much. To this guy, thank him for his service and what he's done for our nation. It was great to meet him, spend a little time with him, spend some time with his wife and daughter, and you're remarkable people, and thank you for the sacrifice you've made, the service you've rendered, but just bottom line, thank you for everything. And this is great. I started to tell Tyler some of the stories. I'm more and more connected with him. I never served in the military, I apologize, but I'm more and more connected with the military every day. I'm one of the 10 governors in the nation that actually sits on the Council of Governors that oversees the relationship between the Defense Department and the 50 states with respect to our National Guard and Reserve units. I was explaining to Tyler that it's gotten a little contentious from time to time because as the military draws down, there are decisions to make about what units get kept, what happens, what's the strength going to be of those folks. But I also have this unbelievable abiding respect for our military and what they have accomplished and what they are prepared to do day in and day out at literally a moment's notice, as we have seen more than a few times over the last few years. And having had the opportunity to visit Connecticut troops in Afghanistan and Kuwait and elsewhere, an appreciation for the difficulty of being picked up and moved to a place, hostile environment, obviously very, very dangerous. But what is so amazing when you spend time in a mess hall or in a forward unit, which I did in Afghanistan, what is amazing is the resilience, the patriotism, the loyalty, just the greatness of what America produces day in and day out. And so all of you who have served, thank you for your service to our nation. These long years of war have left us with many folks who got injured. And in some cases we do a better job than others in taking care of them. And I hope that we're learning lessons as we go through this process to make sure that we do a better job of taking care of our veterans. It's certainly something that we're trying to do in the state of Connecticut. I have identified in our own state that we need to end homelessness of veterans by the end of 2015. We're currently surveying every building that the state owns and trying to understand how it could be retrofitted. We're currently building units of housing throughout the state of Connecticut to make sure our veterans are housed. I told Tyler the story that when I was in Afghanistan at the hospital in Bagram, one of our reservists from Connecticut came in, had been injured and lost some limbs. And we're happy to see that he has a home outside of Hartford, which we raised money for and made sure got built and are taking care of him. But there are too many people left with various scars from their military service that we simply have got to be dedicated to making sure that we do a better job. No veteran should ever be left behind. No veteran should ever have their needs ignored or their families have their needs ignored. And we can do better as a nation. And although this is for a specific cause to get a particular smart house built for a particularly great human being, we have this lasting requirement that we simply do a better job for those who have been willing to lay their lives down for us and come home injured as some have. So I can only tell you that as a guy who didn't serve but now serves, as a guy who didn't have to direct any military but now has to as a governor, I have a special appreciation for this obligation of what we have to do as a society to make sure that we take care of all of our military when they're here. And it's not just the year they're home or the week they're home or the first year or 2 years or 3 years. It is a lifetime commitment. It is a holy vow that we must take and we must honor to make sure that we take care of our own. So it's great to be with you folks who care so deeply as I do, joining this wonderful effort, honoring these folks. Thank you. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for being here.
Hey, before we continue the festivities, I'd like to hand the floor over to Mark, who'd like to say a few words.
First, I'd like to thank your Simon for hosting us at your house. Wonderful place, beautiful. Taylor and Danny weren't lying. My daughter would love to play hide and seek in this place. Governor, thank you so much for showing. It means a lot to my wife and I, and also everyone here showing up. It means a lot. A little about me. I joined the military in '96. Wasn't doing so well in college, so I decided to go ahead and join the military. I did about 4 years as infantry, then I reclassed MI, and got kind of bored of sitting behind a desk, and decided to go to Special Forces. And that's where I met my wife. Was in Korea. She kind of go Special Forces, so I said, all right, I think I could do it. Completed. Did roughly 4 tours in Afghanistan, and also numerous trips throughout the Middle East. While on my 4th deployment, I slept on an IED. It was actually 2 days after her birthday, on her 3rd birthday, is when I slept on an IED, and I just remember laying on the ground and talking to my medics and my teammates, and I just pretty much, just patched me up, sent me home, and I told I just wanted to see my daughter and my wife, and made faith with God, and Bird came, picked us up 45 minutes later, which is kind of long, but finally got picked up.
We're here now.
My line went through. No complaining. Got picked up. When I was on the aircraft, I noticed I knew how bad I was. Well, what I saw with my injuries, I was right at the knees or a little above the knees. One of my teammates was also injured along with me. He was knocked out, and I asked the nurse how he was doing when I was on the aircraft, and she told me he was fine, and she told me I'll be fine, and she put me to sleep. And 6 weeks later, I woke up at Walter Reed, and that's when I realized the whole extent of my injuries. I knew I lost my thumb, and I knew I lost both my legs, but I didn't know how bad I lost. I realized my wife told me that I lost completely my whole left leg up to my head, which was quite shocking. But the biggest thing I was really worried about was, of course, my hair and my face. So I asked my wife plenty of times, let me see a mirror. And she's like, no, you're fine. But after that, I just, without my wife and my daughter pushing me through this whole journey, if it wasn't for them, I have no clue where I'd be at right now. It's the strength that both my wife and my daughter has provided me it's a lot. And plus meeting wonderful people throughout my recovery. Taylor, his brother, the whole 9 line, Lori and Ted from Help Our Military Heroes, who donated a van for us, which really gave us so much independence. And just wonderful people like everyone here. We're really grateful, and I'd like to say thank you.
Again, thank you very much, and we'll try not to interrupt the rest of the evening. Please enjoy and take a look at our silent auction items, and there'll be a live auction later on tonight as well. One of the items is a golf trip with me at West Point. For those of you with low self-esteem, if you want to feel better about yourself, play golf against me. I have one club, and it's a driver, and I just learned it was a driver. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
I'll give my brother a check.
Thank you so much for hosting. Really a nice